Hi everyone, Rivka Lambert-Adler here. I'm the editor of 10 from the Nations, Torah Awakening Among Non-Jews. I'm a Jewish woman, I live in Israel, and this is another video for Torah School from the Nations, which is a project of 10 from the Nations. A few days ago, we celebrated Purim, and Purim comes straight out of the Bible. Purim is a holiday that celebrates the salvation of the Jewish people from our enemies who wanted to kill us all. And of course, the story of Purim is completely recorded in the book of Esther, and the heroine of that story is Queen Esther herself. So I wanted to teach you two things about Esther that you may not know. One is that in biblical times, prophecy was a fairly common thing, much more common than you might imagine, and there were lots and lots of people who had prophecy. But the only prophets whose words were recorded for the future were those whose prophecies were going to be relevant for the future. So there were people who had prophecy that was only relevant for a finite period of time. And those words were not recorded in the Bible. But Queen Esther was one of the 7 women who had prophecy that was going to be relevant for the future of the Jewish people. And so she is counted among the 7 women prophetesses. I think that's very cool, and I wanted to share that with you. The other thing is something that is so mind-blowing because it has to do with the generation that we live in. The Torah exists, we believe that the first 5 books of the Torah exists as the direct revelation of God. This is a traditional Jewish belief that God dictated each and every letter, each and every word to Moses on Mount Sinai in the first 5 books of the Bible. And as a result, he was able to put into the Torah, into the words of the first 5 books, tremendous wisdom in hidden ways. and in our generation, we are just beginning to discover what some of those hidden ways are. So I want to teach you something about Esther that was hidden in the Bible, hidden in the Torah, that has now been revealed to us. That proves, I think, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the Bible is divine. That the first 5 books of the Bible are literally God's words. So, if you open up a Bible in Hebrew, the very first word is Bereshit, and the 3rd letter in that word is an Aleph, is a Hebrew letter Aleph. Aleph also is the first letter of the name of Esther. Now, here's the interesting thing: if you start from that Aleph and you count 12,196 letters. The next letter you come to is a Samech, which happens to be the 2nd letter of the name of Esther. Now, why is 12,196 an important number? Because that's exactly the number of letters that are in the book of Esther, in the Hebrew. The number of letters in the book of Esther in Hebrew is 12,196. So we go from the Aleph, count 12,196, we get to a Samech. We count again 12,196 letters, and we get to a Taf, which is the 3rd letter in Esther's name, and we count 12,196 letters again, and we get to a Resh, which is the last letter of how you spell Esther's name. Aleph, Samech, Taf, Resh. That's how you spell it in Hebrew. And her name is encoded in what's called equidistant letter sequencing, which means you count the same number of letters in between, 12,196 letters, which are the exact number of letters that are in the book of Esther in Hebrew. I think that's really fascinating. I think that God wanted us to find these hints that he put all in the Torah, that he put in his words, but it's only in our generation, only in the generation closest to Mashiach, that we are finding these hints. So there's 2 insights about Esther, just days after Purim. I hope you found that interesting, and I look forward to hearing from you and speaking to you again soon. Thanks.